Hey third graders, welcome back to another math lesson. It's going to be math lesson 2-7 and we are going to work on multiplication arrays today. But first, what do you see? Some quick look cards. What'd you see and how did you see it? What'd you see? Did you see 4? How did you see 4? Did you see one group of 4, so that would be 1 times 4? Or did you see 4 ones and think of it as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1? And here's another. What did you see and how did you see it? What did you see? Did you see a total of 10? And how did you see that 10? Did you see 2 rows of 5 and think 5 plus 5 is 10? Because it is. Or maybe you saw those 2 rows of 5 and you thought 2 times 5 is 10. Or maybe you saw 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 10. Or you could also think of this as 2 times 5 is 10. Or 5 groups of 2, 5 times 2 is 10. And the next one and last one. What'd you see? And how'd you see it? What'd you see? Did you see 9? Did you just look at it and say, that's 9? Because you know that formation of dots is 9. So maybe when you just see that's 9, that's one group of 9, so I can think of 1 times 9 is 9. Did you see 3 groups of 3 and think 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9? Or with those same 3 groups of 3, did you think if it's 3 groups of 3, then 3 times 3 is 9? Lots of different ways to see it. All right, I have a problem that I want you to work on. So scoot and get your math scrap paper, notebook, or your whiteboard. Go get those really quick and come back. So here's a problem I want you to ponder. Suppose there are 24 trombone players in a big parade. Find at least 3 different ways the players could arrange themselves into an array to march in the parade. So yesterday, I did an example of an array. An array, you have equal groups of dots, or they could be X's. So just kind of fiddle around for a couple minutes, pause the video, and I want you to see if you can make some arrays for the 24 trombone players. I have to have 24. I can't have 23. I can't have 25. I have to have 24. Go ahead and pause the video, see what you come up with, and then come back. Okay, third graders, I'm going to go to my next screen and I'm going to show you some ways that I made arrays to get 24. I came up with 3 different ways. I came up with one long line of 24 trombone players. Well, that's 24. Okay. And if I think of number models that go with that array, I could think 24 equals 1 times 24. And 1 times 24 equals 24. When I'm using these numbers, the 1 represents how many groups I have, and the 24 represents how many in each group. Maybe you came up with that same array. Here's another one. I have 2 groups, or 2 rows, and 12 trombone players in each row. So the number models that I came up with was 24 equals 2 times 12. Because 2 groups of 12 equals 24. Now, you might have had an array with 2 and 24, but maybe you had the 12 going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you had 12 rows and 2 trombone players in each row. All right. And then my number sentence for that would be 12, because I have 12 rows, times 2 equals 24. And here's another way where I had 3 rows and 8 in each row. So 24 equals 3 times 8. 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 rows of 8 to 24. Here's 4 rows of 6. That's 24. 24 equals 4 times 6, and 4 times 6 equals 24. My question asks, what factors did we find for 24? And factors are the numbers that go into 24. What numbers did I use to make 24? I used 1. I used 2. I used 3 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 12 and 24. I'm going to change colors quickly here. Because when I would multiply, if I multiply 1 into 24, I get 24. 2 and 12, I get 24. 3 times 8, I get 24. 4 times 6, I got 24. And how do I know that's true? I proved it. I proved it with my arrays that I made. We've already proved it. A couple other questions I want us to think about. Are there some numbers that we did not use as factors of 24? Well, yeah, I didn't use 5. I didn't use 7. I didn't use 9. I didn't use 10. And I didn't use 11. Well, just very quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I finish this array, I'm going to have 5 rows of 7. And I'm sorry, it's not incredibly nice and neat and tidy because I'm doing it pretty quickly. Well, when I would go to add those up, you know what? I don't get 24. I get 35. So that just shows me that not all numbers go in to 24. So could all numbers work as factors as 24? No, because some of them don't equal 24 when I multiply them. So make an array 3 times 8. This is not an array, ladies and gentlemen, lots of dots, but it's not an array. It's just some dot paper. This is just another way that you can do it. And I'm going to make X's on these dots, or I can connect to make X's. So 3 X's, there's my 3 rows, and 8 in a row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I kept going, made sure that I had 8 in each row. And then when I finish, I count them, because here's 8. The second row is another 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Add another 8, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's one way to use those dots to make arrays. I'm going to erase that, I think. There we go. Here's another way. I can just make an X on those dots. That makes it a little bit easier to see. 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, 8 in each row, because that's what the problem is telling me. 3 rows of 8. So there's my 3 rows of 8. That's an array for 3 times 8. It's going to tell me that 3 times 8, when I add those together, is going to be 24. Now, we can use arrays to help us solve problems. 3 boxes of crayons, 5 crayons in each box. How many crayons? Now, I'm not going to when in doubt draw this out. I'm going to use arrays. So 3 boxes of crayons. So each row is a box. 1, 2, 3. 5 crayons in a box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 times 5, count them, 5, 10, 15. 3 times 5 is 15. So I can use arrays to also help me solve a problem as an example of when in doubt, draw it out. 6 fish bowls, 1 fish per bowl. So I'm going to make an array. 6 fish bowls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 in each row. Well, I have 1 in each row. So that's telling me that 6 times 1 equals 6. How many fish are there? There are 6. 6 fish, and that's our unit. 5 shelves of books, 8 books per shelf. How many books? Well, we need our 5 shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 8 in each one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. Copy that because there's 8 in each. So I just need to make sure that I have the same. Now, when I go to count these, I have 5 groups of 8. So I could go 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 8 is 24, plus 8 is 32, plus 8 is 40. Or I know there's 5 here, and 5 here, and 5 here, so I can count each column going down as 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 5 times 8 equals 40, but 40 what? How many books? 40 books. Okay, 2 cartons of eggs, 12 eggs per carton. I want to show you another different way, another little trick. Instead of doing X's, all I have to do is I can just trace these, trace the dots. 1 carton, 2 cartons, 12 eggs in each carton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Copy that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Write a number model. 2 times 12 equals, well, 12 plus 12 is 24. How many eggs? 24 eggs. I need my unit, so I need to write that down. 24 eggs. Okay, so this is page 48 in your math journal. I'll do one for you, but you can finish the rest on your own. Let's give it a topic. Let's go, markers. And let's have a number model, 3 times 7. So for each story, write the topic, which I did, markers. Write a number model with a question mark. 3 times 7 equals question mark for the unknown, and then draw an array to help solve it. So I have 3, 1, 2, 3, and 7 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 5, 6, 7. Count those up. 1, 2, 3, 7 plus 7 is 14, plus another 7 is 21. So my answer is not just 21, but 21 markers. I need to put my unit down. So what you need to do is give each of these a topic, give each of these a number model, and make an array to solve it. Work on your math box pages, page 49, and you'll have a great rest of the day. An array, ladies and gentlemen, is an excellent tool to help you solve multiplication problems, basic fact multiplication problems. You don't want to make an array for 162 times 75. You will be making dots and X's for the rest of your life. But to help you solve your basic facts, an array is an excellent tool and is probably something that your teacher, especially if she's Mrs. Flurry, will be asking you to do on some work that I'll be sending home in the next couple of weeks. It's an excellent way to help you solve basic multiplication facts. Good luck and have a great rest of your day, third graders.